This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for March 17th, 2026. Good news for Radiohead fans. In a new interview with Rolling Stone, Ed O'Brien says that Radiohead have settled on a touring plan that will get them to play a limited itinerary across a different continent each year. Saying, quote, what we're going to do is every year we're going to do a different continent and we're going to do 20 shows each year, no more, no less. We want to give absolutely everything each night. We do not ever want to be like we're going through the motions or we're having to run on empty. We've got to be able to do it. And you know what? We're not spring chickens anymore. He confirmed that the band have no plans for 2026. He'll be spending the year promoting his solo album, Blue Morpho, which arrives on May 22nd. The 20 dates a year begins in 2027. In a new interview, Scott Ian from Anthrax says that the band is tentatively releasing their new album in May via Megaforce Records. Saying, quote, the album's coming out this year. I'm not going to tell you when, but I will say there's an announcement coming soon. We want the album to come out this year. The fact that we're putting out our first record since 2016 and we feel really good about it, that's the focus, that's the plan. He continued, we weren't planning on taking 10 years to release the album, but said after touring off the last album cycle and running into the COVID shutdown, he said the actual time working on the album was about 3 years, which, quote, is about average these days for a band like ours. Linkin Park, Somewhere I Belong, is the 1,213th song to be inducted into the Billions Club on Spotify. It's the band's 7th song to hit 1 billion streams so far. Linkin Park joins other rock bands like Three Doors Down, AC/DC, Aerosmith, Audioslave, Black Sabbath, Bon Jovi, Boston, Evanescence, The Foo Fighters, Green Day, Guns N' Roses, Hoobastank, Journey, Kiss, Queen, Led Zeppelin, Metallica, Limp Bizkit, Måneskin, My Chemical Romance, Nickelback and Nirvana, Papa Roach, Pink Floyd, Rage Against the Machine, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Scorpions, Skillet, Slipknot, Survivor, System of a Down, The Clash, The Offspring, the Rolling Stones, the White Stripes, 3 Days Grace, and Van Halen to hit 1 billion streams. In a new interview, Zakk Wylde talking about the upcoming new album, Engines of Demolition, that comes out next Friday, March 27th. The follow-up to 2021's Doom Crew Incorporated contains 15 songs, including the 4 previously released singles, Name in Blood, Broken and Blind, The Gallows, and Lord Humongous, as well as a song called Ozzy Song, which is a tribute to his longtime vocalist and bandmate Ozzy Osbourne. Saying, quote, after we laid Ozzy to rest when I got home, we took a break from Pantera, sat in a little library room in our house. I just put headphones on at about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was looking at a book of Ozzy, and I just wrote the lyrics, and that's how it came out. My wife would be listening to it in the truck. Barbara Ann would say, babe, put on Ozzy's song again. So that's pretty much where the working title came from. It's just, well, it's Ozzy's song. Phish frontman Trey Anastasio has announced a run of solo dates in May and June. In between Phish's spring residency in Las Vegas and the band's headlining summer tour that has 2 stops in Boston at Fenway Park on July 31st and August 1st. Taylor Swift helped U.S. vinyl sales surpass $1 billion for the first time since 1983. The RIAA year-end report says vinyl sales in units increased from 43.4 million in 2024 to 46.8 million in 2025. Taylor Swift's Life of a Showgirl accounts for 1.6 million in vinyl units sold over the last year. The Grateful Dead movie is more than a concert film. It captured a cultural moment and the communal spirit that made the Grateful Dead one of the most influential live acts in modern music history. Now, for the first time, the soundtrack arrives on vinyl in a definitive 10 LP box set. Described as one of the greatest run of shows in the Grateful Dead's history, October 1974 at the Winterland, thankfully filmed for the Grateful Dead movie, these 5 shows were the only 1974 performances recorded to 16-track analog tape. We're proud to partner with Mondo for a vinyl release that celebrates and preserves this essential document of the band's legacy. This set will be limited to 3,000 copies. Soulfly just kicked off their tour with Guar, taking to social media, saying, quote, "Red alert, someone broke into our U-Haul truck last night in Albuquerque. As it was on the way to the Guar tour, they took all of the Soulfly backdrops and one of our crew's personal bags. Please, if you see or hear anything suspicious, reach out." And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 301 featuring Nuno Betancourt from Extreme is available now.